In this video, we're going to look at drawing circles and arcs in Octagon. First, we're going to look at the PCR or put circle command. And what it does is it displays a circle that's centered at X, Y, and of radius R, or radius here. So basically the radius is the distance from the center of the circle out to the edge. And then lastly, we have any tags that you can use with this command. In this example, we're going to create a circle using the PCR command that will have its center at 200 by 200, which are these two commands here, these two parameters here, and have a radius of 100, which is that distance there. Okay, now we're on the show page, so go PCR x 200, y 200, and a radius of 100. And there's our circle. And if we want to, we can make it smaller as well. In this next example, we're basically using the same command that we did earlier, but we're adding a whole bunch of tags. So first of all, we've got the FC or fill color tag, which is going to make the middle of the circle yellow. The LW tag will make the outside line 10 pixels wide. And finally, the LC or line color command will set the color of the outside of the circle to lime. So on the show page, we're going to type PCR 200, 200, radius of 100, and then we're going to add the tags. So the first one is going to be the fill color, which is going to be yellow. Then we're going to add the line width, which is going to be 10. And finally, we're going to add the line color, which is going to be lime. And these tags should be getting very familiar now because we used them in the previous video for the squares and rectangles as well. So we have a yellow fill, which is fill color yellow, and a lime outside, which is the LC lime. And we can again change the size of the circle, so we could make it 60. And then it gets smaller. Or you could change the fill color to make it red. There's all sorts of things you can do with tags. Next, we're going to look at the parc or put arc command. So unlike the circle command, which basically puts a complete 360 degree line, the parc command only puts a section or an arc of the circle. And basically the parameters are x and y are again the center of the circle. The radius is, as before, it's the radius or the distance from the center. And then we have the start value. This is an angle. So right here is 0 degrees, and that's where the arc will start from. And then the end value is the end angle, and that's where the arc will end. And finally, we have the usual tags. So looking at the first example with the parc command, we want to center the arc on 200 by 200, have a radius of 150, and we're going to start the arc at an angle of 0 and end it at an angle of 180. So we should get an arc like this. Let's type in the command. So it's PA arc or place arc. We want to be at 200 by 200, a radius of 150. And we want the arc to start at an angle of 0 and end at an angle of 180 degrees. And there it is. So basically we've started at 0, gone all the way around, and stopped at 180. So let's say I wanted to stop at 90, then I would change that to 90. And likewise, you can start at a different angle, so I can start at 45. This is really useful because you can use it to make gauges and actually do all sorts of things. In this next example, we're basically going to make an arc similar to the first one, but we're going to start at an angle of 45 and end at an angle of 140 degrees. We're going to have a line width of 10 and a line color of lime. So let's run this command. So we're going to put the command parc 200, 200, 150, which again is the radius. We're going to start at an angle of 45 and we're going to finish at an angle of 140. And again, we're going to set the line width is going to be equal to 10, and the line color is going to be lime. And so we essentially have an arc. Starts at 45 and ends at 140. So if I wanted to make it end a little earlier, I could say go 50. So that's a 5-degree arc. And you could do something else, like if I wanted to move it along, so make that 90 and make that 95, then I've moved the tip of the arc around, so you could use it as like a dial or a pointer of some sort. Finally, here's a challenge. Using the previous example, how could you make the color of the arc's inside yellow? And try using a number of arcs to make a rainbow. In the next video, we're going to look at the pal or put angular line command. For more information, visit jb.works.